Wel, Mr Llywydd, gwahoddedigion a chyd gynghorwyr. Roedd yn anrhydedd fawr i mi cael fy nethol fel y Cadeirydd Genedlaethol yn union ar ôl y cyfarfod yma blwyddyn diwethaf. Diolch yn fawr i chi gyd am y cyfle. Mae rhywbeth dwi wedi mwynhau yn fawr iawn. Fel unrhyw mudiad, mae'r byc fel petai yn aros da ni. Mae'r Gadeirydd a'r Pwyllgor Gwaith yn gwybod yn union ble maen nhw fod i wneud, a gobeithio byddwn nhw'n cael wneud hwnna yn iawn. Mae wedi bod yn bleser ofnadw i arwain beth i ni gyd yn wneud yn yr ardalodd ac yn sector ni. Mae hefyd wedi bod yn bleser mawr i fi cwrdd â rhai ohonoch chi gyd mewn cyfarfodydd ardal, yn y Pwyllgor y Cynghorau mwyaf, a hefyd yn holl gweithgareddau i ni mynd i yn ystod y flwyddyn. Fel mae'r llywydd y Cynghorydd Caerwyn Roberts wedi eisoes siarad ynglyn â'r anghenion yn sector ni, ac yn ei gyfanrwydd mewn ffordd. A dwi'n gobeithio byddwn ni gyd yn gallu mynd nôl at hwnna yn ystod y 2 funud nesaf, neu falle taw fwy na 2 fyddai. I'm going to speak now in English so that you can rest a little. As we come to the end of our 9th year as an organisation, it really makes me proud to see how far we have come. Each year of the organisation has seen new activities and changing demands on community and town councils, and indeed this year is no exception. The buzzword in government these days seems to have moved from partnership to collaboration. However, to my mind, these are two sides of the same coin. Partnerships are built on trust, and there needs to be complete trust to ensure that effective collaboration can happen. During the past year, there have been significant developments in collaborative arrangements with a range of other organisations, including public, third sector and private businesses, which indeed have a natural synergy with the work of One Voice Wales and the community and town council sector. One Voice Wales represents, as you know, the views of community and town councils around Wales. And it is therefore important that we engage with as many councils as we can. I am more than pleased that more larger councils have become members, and indeed that our membership is increasing. And we have this year targeted those people who have not been in membership with us ever before. Sometimes we think that we cover the whole of Wales. Unfortunately, some areas are more responsive to where we are than others. But I am sure that we will not have any feeling that we will discriminate between any areas of Wales, and we will hope that before too long, the majority, in fact we are the majority already, but there will be a very small minority who actually are not in membership. In order to do that, it is our collective responsibility to publicise the organisation and be actively involved in its activities. And I hope if you take nothing else back today, you will take this message back to your councils today and also to your fellow councillors. When we were formed, there was a perception, and it was a perception, that community and town councillors were in need of a wider skill base. One Voice Wales has moved forward with this agenda and have developed a comprehensive training programme which is being continually revised. More councils than ever before have taken part in the training, and that is to be celebrated. Llongyfarchiadau I chi gyd. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Training modules are continually being added to, And we are particularly pleased to have been asked to deliver standards training on behalf of the unitary authorities across Wales. A real testament to the ability of our staff and trainers to deliver for others as well as ourselves. Let us keep up this good work and go from strength to strength and to further successes in this important area. Another important place in our work is to influence future policy and legislation. This has moved forward at a pace in the last year, with more opportunities and places on key advisory panels being offered to us. Notable examples are in relation to the Sustainable Development Bill and the Planning Bill. We are responding to increasing numbers of consultations from Welsh Government and associated bodies on behalf of our sector, and are bringing matters of community importance to the notice of those bodies through our lobbying activity. May I take this opportunity to urge more of you to contribute to the responses of the organisation to consultations by joining our Policy Responders Network. And if you haven't heard of it, where have you been? I am often heard to say that we must work as a team. We must publicise the work of community and town councils at every opportunity. Collaboration in that respect has been consolidated in many areas through many activities with our colleagues at other levels. And I'm particularly pleased to highlight two. One is the protocol between Carmarthenshire Area Committee and Carmarthenshire County Council on joint working relationships between community councillors and county councillors. It is indeed anticipated that this model of good practice can be rolled out to all authorities across Wales to support the Charter working arrangements. Last week, I had the very great honour, and just to prove that I did it, we signed a charter arrangement between Brecon Beacons National Park and community and town councils within their boundaries. Here it is, the charter signatory that we are now signed up to. This was a historic first, and I hope that other park authorities will soon follow that good example. It is alive, honestly. We have worked with many organisations over the year to ensure that the work of community and town councils is recognised and developed. Community development is at the core of our activity, and I'm pleased to announce today that we have negotiated with Unlimited that community and town councils will identify 70 individuals across Wales who will expand who will be eligible for a 100% non-contributory grant of up to £15,000 per annum to support social enterprise. We will be sending that out to you, further information on that, because I'm sure that whenever there's a bit of money about, we are all keen to get it. So please keep an eye out for that. Our discussions with the Welsh Local Government Association, the WLGA, has resulted in an in-principle agreement to formulate a memorandum of understanding, which will set out how we will work together on areas of mutual interest. There have been discussions also with WCVA, the Wales Council for Voluntary Action, and that has explored joint working between the third sector and ourselves. And our Chief Executive will be running a seminar at their national conference on our work. He has also presented to senior management team, so watch this space for more developments. The challenge now is to ensure that that talk is translated into action, something that I am very keen to do. While we can have lots and lots of talk, there is really need for action, and I'm sure that you will endorse that feeling of mine as well. As we have heard today, the environment and sustainability of our communities are vital. and this has been a focus of part of our work, particularly our involvement with Cllr and the representation on the LSB ESF Advisory Board. That's the Local Service Board, European Structural Funds Advisory Board. So you can see why I put in the initials. The Planning Bill Research Group on Management Development, as well as the Sustainable Development Advisory Panel for Wales, and all have proved important in promoting and ensuring that the voice of community and town councils is heard. I'm sure by now that you will all have seen the Remuneration Panel of Wales and that they have developed their initial ideas on the remuneration of councillors in our sector. This is to be welcomed, and it is pleasing to note that the consensus of the regional consultation events which they held with us have been taken on board. The recommendation of payment is, of course, discretionary, so please discuss the implications within your councils and budget accordingly. There will be further consultation as time goes on, and we look forward to being actively involved in this process again. As you can see, there is a lot going on, and there will no doubt be more going on in the coming year. There will be challenges, and we look forward to those, particularly the enacting of the power of well-being, by looking perhaps at our communities through different eyes, through working together with organisations within our communities to develop a unified vision for our areas. The planning bill, as we already have heard, will have a number of possibilities for the sector, and that will, I'm sure, be something that we all look forward to. I think that the talks that we had today will certainly have triggered off many thoughts for us to ensure that we make sure that those views are contributed towards the whole thing. And of course, the local democracy bill will bring its own challenges. However, I have every confidence that we will all raise to the challenges and become the force to be reckoned with where community is concerned. Can I urge you all to shout your activity from the rooftops and engage with your local media to publicise your events and plans for the future? You are all doing such a lot to ensure the viability and future direction of your area. And it would be a pity not to let others know that it is the community and town council who have brought ideas to fruition. Please let One Voice Wales know of your activity so we can include it in Llais. Develop your own websites and so that we can be linked to ours and that good practice and ideas can be shared. I'm sure that we are all belonging to Welsh society, and in Welsh society we believe that there is no need really to reinvent the wheel. If we can actually get the information from others, then that is entirely what we will do. Let us take on the opportunities that are presented to us with vigour, enthusiasm, and vision. If we need, or if we feel that there is a need to point a finger at anybody and at others, remember, while you are pointing at one person, there are at least 3 pointing back at you. So let us look to see what we can do. Wrth gloi, hoffwn talu teyrnged i'r holl cynghorwyr. I chi gyd wedi wneud, siwr gymaint o waith, os byddwn ni gyd yn dod at ei gilydd i gweud yn union fel beth i ni'n wneud, fi'n siŵr byddwn ni wedi llanw'r adeilad hyn a papur a awgrymiadau ynglyn â'r ffordd ymlaen. A cofiwch, hyd yn hyn, mae popeth wedi cael ei wneud yn wirfoddol. Hoffwn hefyd diolch i rhai bobl sydd ambell waith ddim yn cael unrhyw diolch o gwbl. Slef y clercods da ni. Heb law amdani nhw, byddwn ni ddim wedi wneud siwr gymaint o bethau a ni yn wneud yn barod. Nhw sy'n cymryd pethau ymlaen, nhw sy'n neud a trial ffindo mas yn union beth mae rhaid i ni wneud. Hoffwn hefyd gweud diolch i gydaraddion y pwyllgorau ardal. Ambell i waith mae rhaid cadw'r bys ar y bwtwm mwyn wneud yn siŵr bod ni gyd yn gwybod yn union beth sy'n digwydd. We have a whole heap of staff, well, 6, 7, not many more, and several volunteers. And they work over and above everything that we ask them to do. They have come here prior to today to ensure that everything runs well. And I am sure that I would like to thank, on your behalf, them for everything that they do. I have to pay a particular thanks to our Chief Executive, Lynn Cadwaladr, for leading us all and promoting the sector, and for acting as, dare I say it, my personal radio station. We have talked over the phone, hands-free, I might add, when we are both travelling in different directions through the length and breadth of Wales. We have solved many a question and a problem over the phone on those long journeys. But I thank you, Lynn, for everything that you do from the bottom of my heart. I look forward to further developments in the coming year. It will be exciting. We will meet those challenges. And as Reg said, let's go for it. Come on. Diolch yn fawr iawn.